Alright guys, Centani here. Going to change it up a bit here with some Guild Wars 2 videos. As you see, I've got these 4 characters to level 15, which I'll do videos on them. In this one, I'm just going to do like a brief overview of all the classes, my thoughts on them being as I've spent time with them all. I have played Guild Wars 2 since launch, which was a while ago, so these videos might be a little redundant, but not everyone will have the same opinions as I do on everything. So, first things first, things that I really enjoy about Guild Wars 2, why I keep getting back into it. As far as most MMOs, whereas you have to go to a quest giver and then go complete and go back to the quest giver, you never have to do that in Guild Wars 2. You're just in the general area of the heart that they effectively your quests. You complete their objectives, and then you click on it, it'll appear over roughly right here on your map. You click on it, you get your rewards. If you want to go back, they can be vendors, or they use karma points, which you get from doing all the renown hearts. And they give you gears, or shops, you can sell to them, and there's shops everywhere, so it's really nice. Other things that Guild Wars 2 does right, in my opinion, is though I haven't messed with it yet personally, is for a long time I was turned away from PvP in MMOs, but they do it right in this one, whereas as soon as you complete your tutorial, you can jump into PvP. Everyone's the same level, you're instantly max leveled, you have access to your skills, and all that stuff. So pretty much everyone uses, I could be wrong, but the gear is very similar, so a good friend of mine, most of his characters that he's leveled all the way to 80 have been done no other way than through PvP. So World v World, I've heard, is really fun. Yet again, I personally haven't messed with it yet. I will change that in the near future. So, and then I love the art style. The skills are very interesting. In most MMOs, when you pick your class, your skills are set, whereas your first 5 skills are based off of your class and the weapon you're using. And the other 5 are based off of where you train in your class itself. So the customization in builds is pretty intensive in my opinion. Apologies again if the mic sounds weird. I do have a new one coming this week, so hopefully that'll be fixed. 7 years is a bit much for a headset mic, so. And then each race, technically, as you'll see here, there's 5 races you can pick from. In the PvE, you get a personal story, and that's based around what race you pick and then the choices you pick from there. So we'll take you through that really fast. Do a Norn, being as that's the one I'm missing right now. Do male, of course. Actually, let's. Oh yeah. Do male. Alright, these are the 9 classes you get. You get Revenant if you've picked up the expansion Heart of Thorns. Right now, the game itself, the base game, is free. I'll put a link to the website in the description. I think the expansion is like 15-20 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. The rows are actually split between your armor classes, so all of these are your heavy, all of these are your medium, and all of these are your light armors. Warrior. Every MMO has to have a warrior. Not a big fan of him myself, being as I rarely ever play warriors, being as they're the carbon copy, paste, insert into MMO. My time with him, he was kind of fun, pretty fun. He does get to use the rifle, if I'm not mistaken, one of the few classes it does. Guardian, typically your supports. They are pretty offensive though for my time with it. Like I only took one to level 15 if I'm not mistaken. Revenant, working on one right now as you saw. They are pretty fun. They're warriors with magical abilities. They get a 2-handed hammer, which is actually a ranged weapon for them. Found it really interesting, but also really fun to watch someone throwing around a giant 2-handed hammer. Ranger, pretty standard in its description. Ranger is really fun. You get to go around, get a bunch of pets. You can have 2 pets with you at a time, or technically 4, 2 for land and 2 for water, and you can cycle between them as you need them. Thief is your run-of-the-mill rogue-style person. A lot of stealth, a lot of traps, a lot of condition damage. Traditionally, you'll hear that said as Condi. You see a lot of Condi Thief builds, like my Revenant right now. I'm running a Condi Revenant. He deals a lot of torment damage, which means they take damage when they move. He can move around quite a bit, so it makes them chase you, therefore dealing damage to him. Engineers are fun with my time with them. Get to another one that gets to use the rifle, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, so I could be terribly off in this information, which I'm sure the comment section will let me know. They get to make all sorts of little turrets and all that fun stuff. Necromancer is another pet class. They can have a lot of pets if you skill it. They're set the skills to where you have lots of pets. They deal a lot of AoE damage when they're using the staff. I took one all the way up to level 80. Made me a little sad to delete him to start everything over, but it had been so long since I played that I wouldn't remember how to play him anyways. Really lots of fun with the Necromancer. If you like a good, if he's skilled right, if he's built right, especially with his elite spec and the Reaper, he's pretty difficult to kill. I've watched, through a buddy of mine's stream, I've watched him go up against Reapers and they just dominate. Elementalist is your, that's a weird looking guy, run-of-the-mill mage. They are the only class selection that does not get to socket or switch between 2 different weapon styles, being as they actually get to cycle through all 4 elements. They get to use fire, water, air, effectively lightning, and earth. So instead of that, what makes them really interesting is that effectively their first 5 slots, they have 20 different attacks to choose from. So that's 20 cooldowns to know, 20 abilities to know, and everything. Like with the Revenant, they get to pull inspiration from fallen champions, and their second set of 5 is based off of which hero they're pulling from right now. So their first 5 never change, whereas their second set of 5 changes depending on effectively what stance they're in. Mesmer is a lot of fun, but it's really hard. You get to create illusions yourself. The illusions deal certain things depending on what you're doing. I really want to spend more time with the Mesmer. I really want to learn the Mesmer, but it is really difficult. The Elementalist is pretty difficult also, being as, like I said, you've got 20 skills once you hit level 15 when you unlock all 4 elements. You have 20 skills to know what they do, their cooldowns, and all that. So, but those are the 9 classes. The ones I'm running right now are Revenant, Ranger, Thief, and Elementalist. Going to make this one a Necromancer, so you guys can kind of see the create character situation and the choices you're faced with that also impact your story, your personal story. So he's a Norn, so he's got to be tall. You can zoom in, you can hide the armor so you can see more like what these do. I gotta change that tattoo first, it's a little much. Let's see what looks good. The Norns are, I mean, their name gives it all. Char are the feline type people. Humans are self-explanatory. Sylvari are plant-like people. And the Asuran are little dwarf, gnomish type of things, if you want to equate it to anything else fantasy related. Actually, we'll run that one. And we don't want a big fat guy. We want a pretty bulky guy. And we don't want to... There we go. Makes it where you've seen some sun. Head options. Alright, we don't need to hide the armor no more. Don't need to stare at a naked guy. Oh, that's just face and whatnot. Let's go ahead and make him... This man's seen some things in his day. Quite a few options. I mean, not as much as some of the newer RPG-style games. Go with the long hair. And then, let's see. Here we go. Perfect. Now. We change hair color here? Yeah, we do. Do we want to go with this good old-fashioned silver? Let's go ahead and do the good old-fashioned silver. Accessory color. Does he even have any accessories? I don't think he has any accessories. This is where you can change all of that, which for the most part I'm really only concerned about an eye color. Is there another blue? There are more blues. There we go. Gotta make it have the same color eye as I do, or otherwise it'll be all wrong. Alright. For the most part, unlike other people, I don't mess with the sliders too much. Usually I'm pretty content with all that. Another fun thing with Guild Wars, you get to color your own armor. Downside is when you're going through PvE constantly getting new armor, you're constantly redying it because it doesn't save the color schemes. Let's go with some blue and then some white. Closest thing to white we got anyways. Closest thing to black. Nice good old blue and some more white. And black, stream, and white. There we go. There are a lot of colors in this game that you unlock through. I mean, you could just legitimately buy them because there is a premium shop. There is microtransactions in there. You buy gems with real money. You get to unlock a lot of cosmetic stuff. Mostly everything in there is strictly cosmetic and account stuff like character expansion, character slot expansions, little boosts, nothing too much. Alright, and then this is when you start getting your selections. So, Closest Companion is Death, the acknowledgement of this, I mark my face with the symbol of this, and then it tells you little tidbits down here. Like I too am a destructive force, respect to traditions, but even the greatest die eventually, and what you cannot see can kill you. So, being as it's blue, we'll just run with that for the time being. These are little things that you get to, like, conversation choices can affect these. I don't think it actually has much of a impact on it. But everyone needs to have some dignity, so most important quality is that I have the necessary strength. Oh, okay. And if you hover over it, you can see the other stuff. Intuition to guard the mist, cunning to protect the spirits, and strength to defeat ancient foes. Let's go with intuition. At a recent celebratory moot. If I'd learned to read here, that'd be helpful. In Holbrook, I lost an heirloom, got in a fight, blacked out. Just run with lost an heirloom, because I don't think I've ever done that one for story-wise. There's only one selection here for me. It's my favorite animal that you can choose. These are also the totems of the Norn. You have bear, snow leopard, wolf, and raven. Raven is a close second, but Always gotta. If there's a wolf option, you gotta pick the wolf option. And then this gives you a little synopsis of your choices, so you can always read through that. And then signed, which I think is kind of cool. Signed is character name, so let's go ahead and good old-fashioned Centani there. And then next. And then it jumps you in to the beginning of your story, a little very tutorial part. And then if you're a PvP inclined person,
I am Norn, hunter of the wild.
Shut up for a minute.
Born of the free and rugged Shiverpeak Mountains. In the far north, my people fought our greatest enemy, Jormag, a dragon of frost and snow. The dragon broke our pride, but it did not break our spirit. In our last hour, we heard the voices of 4 of the spirits of the wild. Bear, Raven, Snow Leopard, Wolf. They called us south, away from certain annihilation. We founded the Great Lodge of Holbreck and claimed new hunting grounds. Some say we should not fight Jormag. I say the greatest risk is to wager nothing at all. One day a hero will lead us home, and we will break the dragon's icy grip. Victory, like any prey, must be hunted. I trust my instincts, the voice of my soul, to guide the way. Like my ancestors before me, I seek glory. One day, I will take my place among the heroes of the Norn. The spirits of the wild whisper their secrets to my heart. I trust in fate and follow where instinct guides me, and it has never led me wrong. I am still untested, but already, my deeds have earned me friendship and great respect. Each year, a great hunt is called in Holbreck. Only the best among us are invited to participate. With bravery and a little good fortune, I will collect trophies to prove my worth. Then, I will drink and boast of my victories.
I'm down for some drinking.
I accept this challenge. I relish it. Come, danger. Come, adventure. In the lodges and halls of my people, fortune and the spirits will smile upon my legend. This is my story.
Yeah, it's the introductory video you'll get with every character you create. And then every 10 levels, so level 10, 20, 30, 40, etc., you get a chapter of your personal story, which is where some of those choices kind of branch off into unique experiences, which I find really interesting. Like, MMOs aren't usually known for their massive stories, and this one has a really unique one. But as you see, I mean, pretty standard if you played any other MMO. Nothing here will be weird to you. And this is where, like I was saying, that the weapons determine what your attacks are. Like, that's the great sword, being as I've already leveled one, I can see all of the stuff that you get. That's the weapon you unlock with your elite specialization. And yeah, you got axe, dagger, you can offhand a dagger, and then you've got scepter, staff. Staff is a lot of AoE stuff. And focus, warhorn, and then these are your aquatic weapons, because there is aquatic combat. So you've got spear and trident. And then can't see any of that, so. And then these are all your slotted skills. Like, this is one of the summons you can get. Transfers health to you with each attack, and then these are the other summons you can get: a Bone Fiend, a Shadow Fiend, a Flesh Worm. There's a bigger one somewhere. Coal Worm, you can summon Flesh Golem, you go Lich Form. The Norns are fun because in their elite skills you can summon a Mistfire Wolf, you can become the totems itself. Only lasts for 30 seconds, so I think they've nerfed that since the last time I played. And then these are your specializations that you eventually unlock. So, zoom in on an ass there. This is a storage thing. There's also a living world involved. The world itself is always in a state of storytelling. Like you can go here and most of it is like level 80 stuff. It's really fun. The time I spent with it. Like they just started season 3. Yeah, they just started season 3, so there's a lot of stuff to do in it. And here's achievements. If you're like me, you love achievements, so there's always something to do there. Gives bonuses to things. Get daily login rewards. Get chests for completing so many achievement points. Then under here you can, in the wardrobe, you can search for, I don't think there's a fast way of doing that here. A wardrobe you can put on costumes. It'll overlay all of your armor so you can change your armor and still have the costume equipped. There's some really cool costumes, like, I don't think it's in there, is it? Yeah, it is. Like style, all these costumes, like you have that one. Got all sorts of crazy costumes you can see. Got little pets that'll follow you around. These are the surfaces. Like, there's really nothing that, I mean, there are some experience boosters, heroic booster, experience booster, and item booster. Item booster is magic find, just improve the items you find a little bit. And you could buy to complete that, but pay to complete all that stuff. But personally, I would rather experience all that myself. You can get different mail couriers, you can get different glider skins. It's really cool. There's no way to preview it? That's dumb. But for the most part, I mean, honestly, I have a premium store. You know, it's not really pay to win. Just a lot of cosmetic stuff. A lot of just simple little things. Like that would be one of the biggest pay to win, but not really. It's just your gathering tools, so you wouldn't have to keep rebuying. So different skins for it effectively, plus yeah, nothing super pay to win that I can see. Lots of cosmetic options. You can have a funny little hat. And then these are all the dyes that you can unlock. There are a lot of dyes in this game. You can have a lot of fun color coding things. That's your style of thing. Oh, outfits. Here we go. This is all the different outfits you can do. Like, all sorts of crazy things. We saw that one. Crazy ones, some really cool ones, some kind of weird ones, but go straight up ninja there. Executioner. These are the finishers for in PvP, so just depending on your rank, depends on which ones you get. The higher you rank in PvP, the more of those you unlock. Miniatures, little miniature pets you can get. Quite a few of those. Okay. By quite a few, I mean a whole shitload. Different mail carriers, little cosmetic stuff, lighter skins. Here's some cool ones. Where was that Necrobot? Wasn't for all the bugs flying around, that'd be really cool. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, classes are fun. I spent time with them all. They all have their uses. And you do have your typical tank, DPS, healer slots. The one nice thing from what I've seen is every class can fill any of those roles. Some do it better than others, of course, like an elementalist tanking might not go so well, but it could be done. What else? I don't think I've got anything else really. Masteries, this is all in-game content. Like, you can see that it'll say, get to do all these fun things, learn to be more efficient, bonus experience while crafting, rare goods for trade, party swiftness, bonus in cities, that'd be nice. Revive faster, pick up loot from fallen foes, that would be nice too. This one is also very nice in the fact it has an AoE loot system. So if you kill a bunch of people in the same area, you just loot them once and you pick up everything. Let me show that. But yeah, that's about it. Throughout the time, I will be doing videos of the 5 classes I've got right now, including this one. Probably in certain stages, like level 15 will be a good stage, because it's kind of when you unlock everything at the beginning. Give you guys my impressions of everything available to them at that point, and then probably do it around level 35, 40, and then probably level 80. Show stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, everything's really good. There's, as you saw flash up there, there's events going on around that you can jump in and do. I mean, yeah, I know how to control the camera. Thanks, game. I don't think there's a way to turn that off unless it's something kind of in small print in the settings. But yeah, that's about it. Down here you see your experience bar, you've got your quick slots, and as with every MMO, checkbox. Another good thing about Guild Wars 2 that I will give the community itself credit for is, unlike most MMOs, it's not a very toxic, unhelpful community. It is one of the best MMO communities I've ever dealt with. I've played quite a few MMOs. Most every one that's come out I've jumped into for a little while at least, just see what's going on. And it is one of the most friendliest, at least on my server, one of the friendliest communities, and I've heard many other people say the same thing, and I know they're not on the same server as I am. Up here will be where your party window is, and this is your quest tracker. Oh, it does that on the map too. Never noticed that. But yeah, I mean, you don't have countless side quests to do. Basically, you just go around, run around. Like, I mean, this tutorial, so you can't go too far, but I mean, the map itself is freaking massive. And then you can't see it in the tutorial, but there's going to be vistas, which are little cinematographic. I butchered that, I can almost guarantee it. Little overview of the current area you're in. Points of interest, which just, I mean, you unlock. It's usually like landmarks and stuff. You've got your waypoints, which is your fast travel system, which is really nice. You just open your map, click on the waypoint you want to go to, pay a certain amount of credits. The closer it is, the cheaper it is. Further away, the more expensive it is. And then, what else? Hero points, which is your skill points to gain the skills that you would start unlocking at level 11, which is your second set of 5 buttons here at 6 through 0, I do believe. Yeah, 6 through 0. Now that's going to be down here in the build tab. That's where you unlock all your skills, your class-specific skills. They're broken up into different trees, like with here. It's not going to show the skill name, but they're broken up into different skill trees, and then you start getting specializations, which is where you get to customize a lot more things. Like, this is always going to be a set thing right here. Then you get to select one of these 3 depending on what kind of build you're doing, what kind of weapons you're using, all that, what you think will work, set, another 3 options that you get to choose from, set, and the last 3 options that you get to choose from. So it's really nice in the fact that you can build your characters in any way. I mean, for PvP, you start seeing a lot more centralized, a lot more localized and specific builds that people go for, because that's what works. You'll hear a lot of things like Pistol, Dagger, Condi, Thief, Condi, Elementalist, Condi, Rev. Normally, if you're talking about stuff like that, Elementalist will be referred to as Ellie. So all sorts of fun stuff like that. Like that's a Revenant right there. Said my Revenant is running a Condi build because they deal a lot of bleed and torment and some shield. Slows their movement speed down, so it takes them longer to get to you while they're taking damage trying to move to you. PvP, torment might not work so well because if you see you're hit with torment, you just stand still. Normally, PvP, you'll see with the 2 weapon slots, you'll see 1 melee and 1 range. So if you get hit by a Condi Rev, you see the torment, you just switch to your ranged weapon and drop skills that way. Said I haven't spent much time in PvP, so that's just my takeaway from watching streams of it and a friend of mine playing it and his input. So,
did you see
but
I did.
That's really about it. I mean, if you're looking for a good MMO to get into or thinking of returning to Guild Wars 2 if you've played before, I mean, everything I've seen, not much has changed. I mean, it's been, when the expansion came out is when I played last. Played for a while and then just kind of started playing other things and fell away from it. Not too much has changed. I mean, everything still feels familiar. If you played any other MMOs, things will feel familiar, but if you want a good one with actual story elements into it, none of the nonsense of running back and forth between quest location and quest giver, countless side quests, just straightforward. You run around the map, you do your renown hearts, you level up, you grab your vistas, get to see great little comb-overs of the area, get your hero points, and then once you 100% a map, you get a chest full of a bunch of stuff, like gear, boosters, stuff like that, so dyes. So it's usually worthwhile to complete the maps you're in. But yeah, now I think I've done rambling on for a while. Probably repeated myself a time or two. I think that's pretty much about it for me on this one. I said probably technically today. So my recording is 2 o'clock in the morning. Technically later today I'll do the class videos on the ones I have. Up to 15 already. I'll try to get this one up to 15 as soon as possible and hopefully get that recorded tomorrow. Because I work all week and I'll be out of town next weekend, so I'll try to get them all recorded tomorrow and just upload them throughout the week. So, as always, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Let me know what class you're interested in and I can get you some more info on it. Let me know if you're playing and what server, all that fun stuff, and hopefully see you guys out there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button, and I will catch you guys next time.